Hi there. Let's double check our tuning again. So each of these passages, I want to be sure you can double check your tuning. We are starting in measure 99. Every measure is a 5-1 chord progression. If you don't know what that is, find a basic skills keyboard teacher and go. This is great because the C I can check to the natural ringing of my C string. And when I get that C going, even in context, somebody will hopefully be playing a C in tune in the orchestra. You want to ride in other people's harmonic series. It's a fun place to ride. Always track the perfect fifth and try to have your balance, especially in this 5-chord pattern, onto your 3 finger with your 2 and a nice, beautiful, perfect fifth. So you do a twinkle, twinkle. How to make a major triad is a minor 6th here. G, sol, re. And again, tracking the minor 2nd, E goes to F. Now the perfect fifth is here. That was 5-1, C chord to F chord. Let's get that better. So we're in more kind of piano tuner practice. This major 6 is a little tricky and you might have to do weird depending on how long your fingers are. And I sometimes like to just keep my thumb up or bring it up somewhere around this point. Maybe even at the front of the passage. Oh, that's bad. Oh, good, then you can see how I practice. Good. That seems to balance better in my hand today. Keep it as loose as you can. As loose and individually fingering as you can within that odd lockness that you need for that passage. So 5-1 from C major triad. 5-1. Which means I can have more into the string on the first one and a little release. Now from this F, I go to F sharp. For my next 5-1 in G minor. It's a D major triad. Again, you can rock through your fingers and be spongy, especially on the 5 chord. So you can sink in and lay in better on that 5 chord. And then from the F sharp to the G, but the D stays the same. Each one of these 5-1 relationships you really want to practice well. This is the trickiest one because every single note changes. There are no common chord tones between G minor, G sharp, E, B. No common chord tones between a G minor and an E major triad. So that's one of the ones where you really want to practice that transition between the 1 and G minor. It's a great interval thing to practice. Let's come back to our twinkle, twinkle. Again, use your 5th. G sharp goes to A. Now I've got my A minor triad. From an E major triad to an A minor triad in the key of A minor. Oh, this one's friendly. If you get here, really, so much is better than not. That was the trickiest thing we just did. From that G minor to E major. From the A minor, AE becomes AF. And I got my twinkle, twinkle. And again, my hand's very over the cello, easy thumb. That chromaticism from that 6th passage helps me. Practicing these chunks backwards is very helpful of this passage. And again, I got that major 6, so I'm doing a little twister contortion dance. It's a game of twister in this one. 5-1, 5-1, 5-1. You can color each chord change with a slightly, that's very fixed what we're doing, but this is where you can have expressive fun with the flute going dee-da-la-da-da-da, da-da-la-da-da-da, and just accompaniment. Oh, sorry. You should be able to sing that flute part to yourself as you play this. You get the idea, so. Okay. Oh, and then that puts you into this, which I would suggest practicing before this, and before that you should have practiced. da-da-dee-da-da-dee. But before you go, one of the things that's been helpful to students in the prepping of this passage to practice these and then practice just the bottom ones. If you can get that pattern and then, what is it? Oh, sorry, hello. Kind of lost my thought. Oh, that's a, yeah. That's a weird one, isn't it? You should be able to do the double stops of both singly and then put them together. If you have a friend that can play the opposite notes, so in other words, when you're playing this, they play that. So while you're playing that, they go. It's kind of fun. You can practice it together and have loads and loads of fun with a cello buddy. What do you think? Good enough? Yay!